Hi everyone, I'm makeup artist Lisa. I hope you're really well. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's video is all about going back to work. And I know for a lot of us, this is going to mean quite a few things. We're gonna all be learning from each other, and I think it's so important to support each other and really be transparent about what works, what doesn't work. And again, I think everyone's kit's going to be very unique and individual. But going back to work post-COVID, definitely I think we are upping our hygiene game big time. So things are going to feel and look quite a bit different to how we work, predominantly with one of these bad boys on and a mask. So one of these. And this, it's going to be quite a look. It's going to take a lot of time to get used to. Some things I have heard from people with regards to feedback on one of these is I'd avoid wearing anything patterned or anything, because the pattern can actually reflect into the visor. So when you're working, like already I can see like the reflection of this mask coming back at me. So it can make you a little like, woo, you know, uneasy and whatnot. So obviously with this, it's really important to fully clean and sanitize this, disinfect this after every use. And this one I think has a shorter wear time to it in particular, but it was quite a comfortable one. I will try link it below if I can find the link somewhere for it. And then some other things in my kit. I mean, I've always had rubbing alcohol in my kit. I normally have it decanted in a bottle, just a smaller bottle, so it's easier to work with. And this is a 70%. So on the topic of alcohol, it's really important. The alcohol sits between a 60% and a 70-75%. Anything over that, basically, it evaporates too quickly to kill bacteria, viruses, etc. So make sure that you're using the right percentage. A 99 one, although psychologically sounds better and more impressive because it evaporates so quickly, it kind of touches the surface and doesn't actually kill what's on there. So that. I will also be carrying disinfectant wipes as well. So these are Dettol. These are biodegradable, so that's something I also will indefinitely, wait for that motorbike to go by, indefinitely always have in my kit. Hand sanitizer of your choice. I quite like the Neal's Yard organic hand spray, and this has witch hazel in it as well. So it smells really beautiful as well, which I think, you know, the smell is really important with what we do because it helps calm everyone down. I was also kindly sent this from West Barn & Co, which is a clean down and sanitizer spray for hands and surfaces, hard surfaces. And I think this is, yeah, a 67% alcohol, that one. What was this one? It doesn't actually say, but this also has glycerin in, so it's a bit hydrating. Another one I have that I really like, it's a bit more heavily fragranced, so probably not great if you're touching the face, but the Conic London one is beautiful. This is the large refill size, so I'm keeping this for my at-home studio for when we are ready to open. It's just easy and beautiful smelling. And it's a kukui oil hand sanitizer, and when you purchase one of these, whether it's a small or this large size, it's in a glass bottle, I don't know if I mentioned that, they donate one to Beauty Banks, which is an amazing hygiene, beauty hygiene charity, which for hygiene poverty. So I like to do my bit where I can. So I will be keeping gloves in my kit. It's really important that you go for nitrile gloves because latex allergies are actually more common than you think. So these I will keep in my kit. I'm going to keep them bagged up so they're all separate, because comes in a multi-packed box. So when it comes, I'm gonna pair them and pop them in some bags together so they're fully sterilized. And to be honest, I'm going by the World Health Organization, and it's actually more hygienic to wash your hands really effectively, obviously moving all your rings and not working with stuff like that, washing them in the thorough manner with hot soap and water where possible. Obviously I will keep these in my kit purely as a backup if my client is more comfortable, but I think with gloves they can, this is my opinion by the way, with gloves I feel for me that because it's an alien object on me, I will be more inclined to touch my face, and that's really obviously why we wear the visor as well, to avoid that hot zone kind of touching. So these are more there as an option for me to kind of have. I've also picked up some stainless steel egg cups. So these are fantastic size-wise. I think I picked this up from Lauren. So thank you, Lauren, for this tip. So I can literally rest my lash curlers in there in alcohol so they can sit in the product and be fully sterilized. Equally, you could put, I don't know, tweezers in there, whatever other, you know, your spatula, whatever other tools you require, sharpener, etc. And then obviously that's easily fully cleaned, sanitized, disinfected, and it can be used as a bell. Someone make me a cup of tea. It's not gonna happen. Oh, and also you could pour separate ones out with any makeup remover as well. So what I really always like to do, where is it? I always carry a Sharpie in my kit, and what's quite nice, so obviously rather than writing on this, because when you clean it, it'll come off. If you have a tissue on the bottom, you can write what's in there. Alcohol, it's quite important if you've got alcohol and something to label it. So you can write down what's inside, right. So another change I've made in my kit is I've transferred my brushes, the bulk of my brushes anyway, from my Kitco Buddy, which I really, really love. This is the small one. For me, the reason why I'm changing this is because the idea of putting my hand in here, I'm cross-contaminating much more easily. Then obviously that means I need to clean about 5,412 brushes every time, which, you know, our time spending prepping, cleaning, etc., etc., setting up, breaking down, at home cleansing, it has increased massively, even more so than it has been in the past. So for me, that's what I'm switching up. I'm going to keep this on set with me as like a backup brush option, but I want to show you my solution that I've done. So what I've done is cracked out my old trusty, these are MAC brush canisters. So in there, I've created 3 different brush sets. Can you see I have popped nail polish on the bottom to identify them, so when I'm washing them, I can effortlessly group them so I can reset really easily. So 2 reasons why I'm going to be using a brush canister. This is a non-porous surface, so it can easily be wiped, cleaned, etc., etc. It's lockable, so when I'm on set, if I've got a set bag with me, or if I'm on set working on a different model, I can close them and completely secure that. So that's my thinking behind this. So as mentioned, yeah, I've labelled all of them, and you know, when I clean my brushes, I obviously clean the fibre, but as well as the handle and everything, because the whole thing as an object 360 needs to, oops, I've dropped one, I'm going to need to clean that again. So that's my reasoning behind these. I did switch from these in the past because of the size of them and how bulky they were, but loads of different brands sell them. I've just gone for MAC because I had these already, saved me a bit of money. So on the subject of brushes, what I've popped in this complete set is every brush I might require to do a makeup with. So I've got a few kind of blending brushes, blusher, bronzer, foundation, concealer, brow brush, eyeliner, concealer, lip brush, every kind of option I might require basically. So there are about 21 brushes in there. I'd rather be overly prepared than not basically. And then sometimes I do bigger jobs, say like weddings or something like that, so I can have a set ready to go. But I've purely prepped 3 for now as like an average, easy number to work with, since, you know, all big jobs like that have pretty much been moved till next year. So they're super neat, but obviously take up more room. I've actually lost my collapsible bin that I used to have in my kit. However, I just picked up some doggy poo bags for now, so I can pop any instant disposables in and just get rid AS to the AP. So I've spoken about these before. These are the View Set palettes. These are awesome. These are the 24 well ones. I have got some other size ones, but these are my favorite. They are super tight when they close. So going forward, I'm going to be using a lot more cream-based products and using a bit less powder initially until it's kind of, we just have more information. So I'm gonna decant more things in there. I've done one already with some Charlotte Tilbury cream eyeshadows, which actually don't dry out, because obviously you don't want anything that does dry out, because that's just pointless. Great for concealers and everything. So I think for me, what's really important within my kit is to really minimize everything even further than it was before, purely because if things are decanted, I can have things in the original pot as well as here. So if there is a worry of cross-contamination, I can kind of ditch and fully clean the palette and go from there. So this was another Lauren recommendation. Thank you, Lauren. This is a Ben Nye palette. Oh, I picked up the View Set and this and some spoolies, I'll show you in a minute, from Guru Emporium. If you're a makeup artist, you can get a discount with them, but the discount only works on certain brands. So what's fab about this is that obviously it comes with its own brush, which I might just ditch, to be honest. But so in there, when you're working on set with a talent, you can basically have a touch-up kit ready to go. So that's ready for your set bag. I'm actually going to colour code all of them to the adjacent colours. I've put that in upside down. Colours I've done here, just so I'm really organised. I can quickly navigate what goes where and what can be together or not. Because obviously the name of the game is to avoid cross-contamination. So here I could potentially, you know, put out some creams, some cream eyeshadow, lip colour, a gloss, whatever. I've just got it all there to hand. It's super handy. And obviously what's really important is that's easily, it's so compact as well and fully sterilisable really easily. So I picked up some bamboo spoolies also from Guru Emporium. That's their logo, that's what it looks like. And I'm going to show you what I've done. So this technique is a really popular technique with when you're working on red carpet, celebrity clients. You generally build a kit just for that one client, and you also will have their own exclusive product set basically. Oh no, you'll also send them off with a mini kit, just a touch-up kit, so that could include a palette like this and everything. But obviously that would be included sort of in your costing. That's why generally when you work with a private client, the rate is much higher, because of that very reason. It's a more luxury service. So for example, tomorrow I'm doing a photo shoot. It's my first one post-COVID, feeling nervous and also feeling very excited. I might just throw up upon arrival. And yes, I've seen lots of makeup artists recommend doing this, which totally makes sense, because again, cross-contamination is the key thing here that we want to avoid. So tomorrow I've got 3 models on set, so I've prepared three sandwich bags worth of products and bits. So I actually don't know what any of the models look like bar one. I know they're all a variety of skin tones, and on this occasion, because I'm just consulting on this shoot, I'm not actually doing makeup, but I'm there to basically guide and give tips. What I'm going to do when I get to set is decant product into here per model for touch-ups and everything, and then they're going to have their bag for the day. So in the bag is the follow. Oh, these bags were a recommendation from Zoe, so thank you so much. So these are wrap block, and these are fully compostable, and they are like semi-sheer, so you know, discreet but not too obvious. And what I've created in this pack is the following. So what I'll do in a bit actually is I will do a screenshot of everything so you can see what I've popped in each of the bags. So, I mean, to be honest, I probably could have got a medium size. I think, what does this pack look like? Oh yeah, so I've gone for the large because they were, for me, I know Amazon is the devil, but it was the convenience for the date of it arriving, guaranteeing it would arrive in time for me to prep. These are the large. I probably would have gone for the medium next time, but hey, I've got them now. I know for next time. So yeah, in here, I have cleaned my hands like a million times. I have prepped a few items. I've got a spoolie, I've got a selection of Q-tips, I've got a mini mascara in there, I've got fully sterilised lash curlers and cotton pads too. So that's all ready to go basically for one model, and once I'm done, obviously these are zip-locked up, and then I send them back in. No, I don't. So I know exactly where and how to be, and basically when I'm going to set up on my station, I will have 3 different zones, keeping everything quite separate for everyone. I've got a bamboo towel. This is just a disposable one, so that'll kind of go on my workstation. I will ensure everything's sanitized and clean, and then pop that out for now. I'm still looking for a towel solution, because with a regular towel, even though I hot wash them, what can happen potentially if you've got more than one person kind of come to your station, let's say if someone comes, there could be a cross-contamination of a virus on the towel, etc. So it's to avoid that basically. What I am looking at getting potentially is either a kid's playmat, or I thought of a baby nappy changing travel pad thingy, very technical, because they're wipeable, because they're generally coated in a surface that is totally wipeable. These were recommended to me by my friend Faye. These are Delon cotton rounds, premium honey. These are premium. So I've got these because, I don't know if you can see there, they have a textured edge to them. So they've got a silky smooth side and a textured edge. And if I am working from an eyeshadow palette, for example, or even a face powder, what I can do is place my cotton round in there to pick up product. So basically going forward, I will not be using a powder palette like I have been and putting a brush in there. It will be from a pad, and that will essentially be my palette every time to avoid cross-contamination, and then just use product and you still pick up like a decent, oh, you can't even see that, you know, it still picks up a really decent amount of product in there. So basically that will keep everything hygienically. So if I didn't have enough on there, say, I'd pick up a new cotton pad, put that in my bin, so everything is very regimented, so nothing is double dipped at all. One thing I thought of, I think I have some disposable lip applicators. I will definitely be adding those to the bag. So yeah, I've labelled them really nice and clear, and I've got 3 of them for each of the models tomorrow. And in terms of kit, so I picked these up off of Amazon. This is a 5-piece set of different trays and tools, so this could be really handy for being in set or even how you place your product within your kit. I currently use one of the zip up cases to put my kit in, which became a big thing sort of last year, and I changed that last year because it was much easier for me to work from. However, I need to rethink that a little bit more. I need to see what works and what doesn't for me, because obviously the fabric case isn't fully sterilisable. So these potentially going forward could be a really good option. Fantastic brand for keeping everything really secure and easy to clean is the My Kitco bags. They come in an array of sizes and shapes. They are all ergonomically designed basically to fit specific products, so they'll fit foundation bottles, obviously not this one, lip glosses, lipsticks, etc., skincare, and obviously they are transparent, so it's easy to see. And I think they even do some with you can buy these separate label affixers, so you know exactly what's in it, so you know that that's fully clean and sterilised basically. So for all my dirty brushes, I'm going to use my Makeup Forever case to pop them in and know that obviously these are all dirty. I know they're dirty. I mean, I could do with labelling it just for whatever reason, but I know it's the dirty brushes. So for any product that I've used on the shoot, what I'm going to do is have this clear pouch here, which is obviously super handy because it's obviously just a thin material, and any products that I've used on the shoot I can literally chuck in there, delicately chuck in there and know that basically they have been contaminated and they need cleaning before going back into my main kit. Yeah, so that's that one there. And with my main kit, what I'm going to be doing, because I use my smaller kit on jobs, what I'm going to be doing is basically just taking out the bare bones essential of what I need, having that out, but I will keep, say, all pallets closed, firmly closed. So if any droplets do land on it, obviously it's not on the loose powder, it's on the container, so obviously I can clean that with ease. And I'm going to keep my case kind of separate from the main area, kind of zipped up, know it's clean and tucked away, so it's all very kind of, it's basically quite OCD and it's a real process. And I think that's it. What are you guys doing? Please let me know, comment below, let me know what you're up to, let me know how you're feeling. And I think this is all going to be a real open discussion and conversation about what's going on. Oh, two more things. I initially was looking at getting one of the UV boxes or wands, but basically there's a lot of science behind it, as cool and kind of what seems convenient as it doesn't actually fully sterilize the product as much as we'd think, especially with brushes. Like my idea would be I could like pop my brushes on there and they'd be fully sterilized after sort of me cleaning them or whatnot, but unfortunately that is not the case with it. So it's a shame because it would be a really convenient thing to have. However, autoclaves are a real strong and sturdy way of knowing. I think it's a kind of pressure cooker system, basically, in real layman's terms, that kills every form of bacteria. So you see these quite regularly at dentist office, and I know Tabby Casto, makeup artist, is going to be using that, who's also a nail tech. She's invested in one of those. Obviously the main issue with it is if you've got potentially plastic packaging or anything that is, you know, even some brushes, the glue might not be suitable for it, so it's kind of exploring and seeing what's right for you. Obviously I will have brush cleanser to hand, but I will always spot clean my brushes, so this actually contains an alcohol within it too. Equally you can just use your isopropyl, but I will also shampoo them. Here are all the items together so you can see what's old, what's new, and how they look like from a bird's eye view. So just remember, you know, we're doing all these procedures to have a duty of care to ourselves, most importantly, as well as everyone we're in contact with. And I think, you know, our role on set will be quite different. It probably won't be as sociable. Potentially it has been in the past, where It's really about limiting kind of who's in your space, who's in your area. Another thing I want to do, but my printer's actually out of action currently, is print up just a little sign just on my kit, basically saying, you know, do not touch, basically, just so it's really clear to everyone that this is my work zone. It's not like I would go up to a photographer and tinker around with their equipment or cameraman or whatever. So it's kind of being really respectful of that, and obviously we have a real strict system in place to keep everyone safe. So please keep the conversation going. Some other fantastic people to follow with regards to this are those that I've already mentioned. I will drop down everyone else's names below. Harry Makes It Up is an amazing point of reference to. Angela as well, I can't remember her surname, but there's so much information out there. I think it's really important to keep this conversation going, and as a makeup artist I've really been looking obviously to Bectu, as well as the British Beauty Council, who have been doing an amazing job at this time. So thank you so much for all your support, everyone. We've got this. We cannot wait to be back. 1st of August, guys. It's gonna be epic. And let me know if you've got any questions. Feel free to subscribe so you always are up to date with whatever I have to offer. All right, everyone, take care. Let me know if you've got any questions at all, because I'm here to talk. Bye.